Have you ever walked out of a shift feeling like you've carried all of the weight of your patients, the anxiety, the pain, the stress, and the trauma? As an RN, I know the healer's wound all too well, and oftentimes we end up absorbing all of that and we don't even recognize it. And today I'm going to show you how to stop being an energetic sponge as a healer because we end up contaminating ourselves and having no cup to pour from and barely getting by emotionally, physically, spiritually, and mentally. But first, my name is Azor, and I am a nurse and healer for worried women. I help you emotionally regulate your nervous systems and manifest the lives of your dreams. So, if that's a journey that you are on, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Now, in nursing, we talk about the compassion of being a healer, but it's actually deeper than just, oh, I'm picking up the feelings of my patients. It's actually a nervous system response. When we're in the hospital, we're in a high alert environment and our mirror neurons are firing up or firing off. And what this means is that when we're looking at a patient who is suffering, who is in pain, who is anxious, we actually, our systems, our nervous systems actually want to co-regulate with them and pick up those same symptoms. And so when we leave, long after we leave work, we go home with those symptoms. So this is not just spiritual, empathetic symptoms that we're feeling. This is actually neuroscience. So every single time you are interacting with a patient or family members or even your coworkers, you're picking up and your nervous system is picking up what they're feeling so that it can co-regulate with them. Unfortunately, what ends up happening is this builds up and creates this survival response in your nervous system. So you may want to, when you get off of work, perhaps you want to freeze and you're just sitting in front of the TV. Or you find yourself eating mindlessly. This is because your nervous system is in a freeze response. And this is just because your nervous system is trying to protect you, right? It doesn't know the difference between you getting chased by a wild animal and being or regulating to your patient's pain, anxiety, and the stress that they are going through. But I want to share with you some tips you can use to help shield yourself as an empathic healer, as a nurse, because you are more than just a nurse. You're an empathic healer, picking up the emotions, the feelings of your patients, of everyone around you, of the hospital. And you deserve to be protected because you are a prized healer. And you deserve to fill up your own cup and protect against. Now, you're not protecting against the patient. It's just that you have this right to be anchored in your own feelings and your own emotional regulation and your nervous system regulation. So, I'm going to share with you some tips on how you can do that. So let's start with the hand washing shield. Every time you go to wash your hands when you're completed with a patient, when you're complete with patient care, I want you to, when you're washing your hands, you're visualizing all of that energy from when you were just caring for your patient being washed down, which we wash our hands so many times a day, being washed down the drain. And you could even start to, when that water goes down the drain, also imagine your hands being enveloped in golden light. Now, this sends a signal to your brain that, oh, something new is happening here. And it helps you to separate that interaction with your patient and you being in your own energy. The second tip is a degowning ritual, or even taking when you're taking your clothes off from the day, whether it's scrubs or anything else, your lab coat, whatever. I want you, when you're taking that off, I want you to state that I am releasing, I'm removing all the energy from the day. I return to my center. And what this is another signal to your brain that that interaction, that hospital interaction, all of those interactions are separate from you, again, being in your own energy center. So I call my energy back to myself. I'm removing all of the energy from the day. The third thing is more astrologically and spiritually based, but I have posted videos on your emotional and anxiety triggers according to your moon sign. I actually have a whole moon sign series. And so check out that. I'll put some links below. But according to your moon sign, you can see what your nervous system needs, what your body needs to actually return to center and feel safe and secure. So, for example, water signs, for you returning to your center could be taking a bath, could be a lot of you like to have people to emotionally respond to you. So maybe speaking to your therapist or someone who has the capacity to hold some of your feelings for you. Now, don't have everyone holding all of your feelings, but being able to emotionally express yourself is important. For earth signs, your body rituals are important. So your workouts, your eating, and air signs, really important for you to communicate your feelings. Maybe you're writing, also having a lot of beauty around you that can elevate your spirits after all of that contact. And fire signs, perhaps you need to dance or have some physical activity, or you need to be a part of some type of leadership. So perhaps you go home and you're like, you know what? I want to spearhead this organization, right? So those are just some of the ways that you can use your moon sign to emotionally regulate yourself. Now, beyond rituals, we also need boundaries. Now, your posture, being able to tell when there's too much interaction with your patient, not to say that you have a real good choice in this, but being able to take your breaks, make sure you're taking your breaks. This is going to help you to reset your center. If I could go back earlier in my career, I would explain and stress the importance of taking breaks. Now, being sensitive is our superpower. I know that we often say that being an empath is something that is really hard and it can be, but it doesn't have to be. It can actually be a gift. I've been able to use that gift to help me to spiritually heal and heal through neuroscience women like me who are worried, who are stressed, who are emotionally dysregulated. And I've done that because I have seen the gift of being an empath. I've learned boundaries between patients and now also the clients that I help. But if you need help with nervous system regulation, I actually have a nervous system soother reading. I have a nervous system money reset ritual for you. I have a whole library and I'll put the link down below. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if this resonated with you. Bye.